Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. I wanted to do a quick video just talking about a couple movies that I don't really hear much about that over the past few years I've enjoyed. I wouldn't say they're great movies, but they're definitely good, and more importantly than that, they're interesting. So these aren't, I would say, thought-provoking movies in any way, but they're just interesting movies. I don't hear people talk about them. I don't really read much about them. And then some of the stuff I have read about them is sort of negative. So I just wanted to shed some light on them. The first one is Frankenstein's Army. And I don't think I've spoken about this before, though I might have on the channel. And what this is, and you really have to push aside, I don't want to use the word logic, but facts, because this is supposed to be during World War II. There's this crazy doctor who is developing all these monsters. That's why it's called Frankenstein's Army, and they're really cool looking. The movie's found footage, which I'm not a huge fan of, but the other thing is the movie's in color. Back in the 40s, when the Nazis were around and there was, all this crazy shit happening with the war, they didn't have color video cameras. So as long as you could push that aside, I don't even know if they would have had video cameras the way this was filmed anyway, but or did they not have color or they didn't have audio? There was something. There was something in the movie that you have to kind of suspend your belief a little bit because it doesn't make sense. But anyway, this group of, I want to say it's American, no, Soviets, and that's the other thing, everyone speaks English. This group of Soviet soldiers goes to find this base, and they're going through it, and they're starting to see all these like monsters and weird um, creations, and they're killing them and shit, and it's all in found footage, which again I'm not usually a fan of, but I did really enjoy this movie. And the thing I like the most about the movie is it's kind of got a little bit of a creepiness to it. The monsters remind me of something you might see in something like Silent Hill, but also you kind of don't know how it's going to end, and the ending's pretty cool. But how do I put this? The most of the effects are practical, so the monsters are like really warped looking. They're deformed, they're walking strange, and I appreciate that. I'm not a huge fan of computer generated special effects. Maybe in little bits, but which is funny because the other movie I'm going to mention is all computer generated. But anyway, I prefer practical effects. I think there's something really cool about them. I think they're an art form. And in this movie, I think they really got some cool ones down for the monsters. So even if the found footage, Nazi zombie type shit doesn't sound intriguing to you, if you can catch us on like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime, purely for the monster aesthetics, I would say it's cool. It also stars um, his name is escaping me right now. He was the bad guy in um oh, the name's escaping me. It's the movie with Robert De Niro and Edward Burns, and they're cops, and there's this guy from another country who's killing people and they're filming him. God, this video just got derailed. The song Fame is in there. 15 minutes. The movie 15 minutes. The guy who's the bad guy in that is in this. So really great actor, interesting accent, comes off very evil, and I think that comes across well in Frankenstein's Army. So the other thing this reminds me of is my buddy Junkmaster 3. He had picked this up on DVD a while back, and we had talked about it. So check out his channel if you like weird horror movies and stuff too, because he always recommends very interesting horror movies and um, cheesy 80s stuff and things of that nature. So check out Junkmaster 3. But the other movie I did want to talk about is Mutant Chronicles. And originally this was a pen and paper RPG, just like Shadowrun and Dungeons and Dragons and all that other stuff. And they then had a Super Nintendo and Genesis game. They have a card game, I don't remember, but the Super Nintendo and Genesis game was called Doom Trooper Mutant Chronicles, I think, or Mutant Chronicles Doom Trooper. And what this is it's Thomas Jane, Ron Perlman, and John Malkovich has a bit part as well. And all these different companies own different areas, and they like took over. So there's like no nation sort of, or what they do have is these companies, kind of like something like sort of remind me of Final Fantasy VII, like Midgar owns everything, sort of like that. So each nation is fighting each other, each company is fighting each other. All the while, there's this like mutant outbreak, almost like zombies again, which is sort of what reminded me of Frankenstein's army. But the zombies are more normal looking and less grotesque than something like Frankenstein's army. They look like zombies as opposed to Frankenstein's army, where they look like these, you know, monsters that were ripped in half and kind of sewn together. Um, Anyway, Mutant Chronicles has a lot of special effects that are computer. The blood is computer generated, the backgrounds are computer generated, everything looks very fake, but it's cool. Um, Again, it's kind of going against what I said previously in terms of special effects, but it's pretty interesting. It has a kind of interesting cast of characters. That girl Miho from Sin City is in it, and they get these like ragtag group of guys that are soldiers, and they sign on to this mission to go into this I don't want to say it's again like a base below the earth and stop this thing that is emitting something that is infecting everyone with this disease. And in turn, because it's kind of a suicide mission, in turn, their family members will get sent to another colony on Mars away from all this havoc. And that's what they're doing to get that. That's like their contract. So it's a pretty cool movie. There's a lot of characters. Um, a lot of people in that have like special skills and abilities, and they have to go down there and stop this like thing from happening, and they're getting attacked by monsters and zombies and such, and they're trying not to get infected as well. So it's a pretty cool flick. Something you'd probably catch on sci-fi at like 2 in the morning. So if any of this sounds interesting to you and you do like actiony kind of movies, check out Mutant Chronicles. And if you like special effects and found footage movies, check out Frankenstein's Army. Two movies that you don't really hear much about, and if you do, like I said, it's kind of on the negative spectrum. But I really enjoy these. I don't think they're great, but they're good B movies, and they need some love. So thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.